They made it possible, but they couldn't. So they decided to have such that's surprise.
Then after some fries, then you go for fasting. No, no, no,
And
no,
then they
no.
were asking me, did we order the eat or didn't we?
You don't need to eat when fasting.
Yes. Okay. So there you have it. And of course, this is investment at Money on 93.7 Money FM. A time when we get to record events, a time when we get to reflect and just be ready for investment themselves and just situation that we are in position, especially we talk about the business world. Financial literacy. Oh, mhm.
Oh, wow. Special life stages, eh?
Special life stages. I wanted this to be nice. Special life stages. Financial literacy for special life stages. Um, as I was looking at this amount of thinking, how should I get what kind of special stages by the end of the day?
Yes. Yeah, indeed. Because I mean, you can't just be born today and then tomorrow you are in your elder years.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that. You need to go through a process in life.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. So if you're just joining in, we are live right on the Money FM Facebook page. All you have to do is honestly check out Money FM Zambia, donate the page and be part of some conversations for. You can drop in your comments and we'll be more than glad to hear from you right on the Money FM Facebook page. So as well on the 93.6, rather 93.7, of course, FM, you can get into the page. This is a long into it. What should we understand from the topic today?
Yes, the topic itself, Moses, is very interesting. When you talk about special life stages, then you attach financial literacy. I hope the viewers out there and the listeners, like what Moses said, you have your paper and pen with you because you're going to appreciate what I'm going to share today. You know, when you talk of financial literacy, Moses, it's a broader term. It is inherent, okay, in whatever we do because every day we are always transacting, every day we are always handling money. We've seen people opening bank accounts, we've seen people transacting on mobile money, okay? Now, we have also seen in this country where people come together, different institutions, the government, to commemorate Financial Literacy Week. That's the only time we see somewhere in March, we see some momentum, some morale regarding financial literacy. However, my opinion is that financial literacy must be an ongoing endeavor. Instead of just waiting for a commemoration, you commemorate, you forget about it. Last week, I had an encounter with a young man. You know, we are dealing with a generation which is educated, competitive, and high tech. Most you and I need to accept this.
Yeah, definitely.
This generation is fast. They're so fast, they're enthusiastic, they're so curious. They want to learn things here and there. Now, he asked me that, Mr. Jones, I've been following your presentations regarding financial literacy on social media as well as webinars and workshops. But this thing tend to confuse me. You talk about financial inclusion, you speak about financial education and financial literacy. Are they related? I was so humbled to receive such kind of a question from a young man who is in the early 20s.
You know,
I explained to him that these terms, the three terms you're talking about, financial inclusion, financial education, and financial literacy, are closely related concepts.
yeah,
But they have distinct meanings and serve different purposes.
yeah,
If further asked, what comes first? In my opinion, Moses,
mhm,
inclusion must come first because this is the availability and accessibility of financial services.
yeah,
The bank accounts that you open, the transactions that you do. If the financial institutions are giving you access as an individual or business owners, it means that you are financially included, especially the underserved and the marginalized in the rural areas.
Yeah.
Right now, the financial inclusion rate in Zambia stands at 69%,
Mhm. Yeah.
according to the FACECOP survey 2020. Okay,
Yeah.
which is a fair number. We are above 50% because in 2015 we are around 53%.
Mhm.
So there is an increase in terms of financial inclusion.
Yes.
I'm eagerly waiting for the next survey.
Mhm.
But now, people are able to access the financial products and services, okay, which is okay. Now, there comes in financial education.
Mhm.
Once these individuals and business owners are able to access these services, they need to be provided with the knowledge and skills necessary to make better informed decisions.
Yeah.
Now, the skills that we provide and the knowledge is what is called financial education.
Mhm. Yeah.
Have you seen? Then the last concept is where we bring in financial literacy. Instead of waiting for financial literacy quick, because financial literacy, these are the levels of understanding about financial education. Once you've been equipped with the knowledge and skills, you now need to understand at a deeper level about the concepts such as budgeting,
Yes.
saving, investment, debt management, and risk management. Okay, so financial literacy builds on financial education, and financial literacy also ensures that there is an application of the education that you acquired when you are being equipped with the knowledge and the skills. It is an ongoing process. It's not a once-off thing. And financial literacy levels, Moses. Inclusion, we are at 69%. Now, financial literacy for adults, 23%. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Which is a low number. I'm getting these stats from the FACECOP survey 2020.
Yes.
And this 23% is skewed towards the urban population, which is standing at 31%, Lusaka and Copperbelt. Okay? While the rural households is standing at 16%. There is so much work that needs to be done in the rural areas, especially in the parts of Northern Province, Muchinga, as well as Western Province. The literacy levels, the numbers there are worrying. Financial literacy is not just for the employees, the people who depend on paycheck to paycheck. It's not just for the well-established business owners. It is for everyone. As long as you handle money, you must be financially literate so that you're not scammed. Therefore, being able to understand how money works, being able to understand how money is created, that's the beginning of financial literacy process.
Wow. Well said. And of course, that's Mr. Jones, Sambaombe, right on investment of money for 93.7 Money FM. There you have it. When you get in regularly preparing yourself, hearing the numbers, stats themselves as they're coming in. So these are well, and of course, well taken research that definitely brings home about the speakers themselves. Having just said that, one thing that obviously is running in my mind, and of course, out of the topic that we have for today, financial literacy for specialized status themselves. Um, with that, I know we have the stages to tackle, but with that and just the scale of, or I should say, the magnitude of the topic itself around financial literacy around the country just alone. What is a possible solution to this? I thought financial literacy has been introduced in this school system, but still the numbers still not present just smoothly. What could be the solution? At least think about.
Actually, introducing it in the skill curriculum was a very good idea from grade one up there, from the primary level, high school, and college. It is very important because you need to set the grassroots right.
Mhm.
But now, the mistake that we make, we leave everything in the hands of the government,
Yeah.
and the financial institutions.
Mhm.
Yes, these are key stakeholders that we need to bring on board.
Yes.
Financial literacy must start from our homes at household level. Okay?
Yeah.
So remember, the banks, the financial institutions, maybe their interest will only be on financial inclusion as long as they provide products and services.
Mhm.
The rest, they don't care. They'll make money, they'll make abnormal profits there.
Yes.
That's their interest. But are they conducting financial literacy? When you get those credit facilities, do they ensure that people undergo financial literacy before disbursing those funds? Those consultants in those financial institutions, do they sit with the customers, run them through? When disbursing CDF, do they ensure that the beneficiaries of CDF are financially literate? Do they run them through the pros and cons?
Yes.
Do they run them through what bad debt is and what good debt is? If it starts from home, where people are coming from, what is the belief regarding money?
Mhm.
So, as long as people are coming from a home where they don't discuss money, where talking about money is taboo, trust me or not, even if they go to the university or college level, they will still have that program in their head that talking about money is taboo.
Yes.
So starting from the grassroots level, it's a good idea, but I mean, it must not end there. It must be an ongoing process. You do a lot of workshops, you do a lot of sensitization, you do a lot of quiz. Actually, I was very, impressed and inspired by Securities Exchange Commission recently, the way they managed, and they're still managing it, the World Investor Day, which is still ongoing. They
Yes.
did some quiz for different universities and colleges. It was very educative and informative.
Yeah.
Now, we don't need to wait for that week. These things must be ongoing.
Yeah.
The problem is that we talk about it, go and eat in Shima, we forget about it. So everyone, each and every person, each and every business owner must take responsibility. If I am a business owner, I've got employees. When having such meetings, those morning headers,
Mhm.
talk about money. It's very important because at the end of the day, people will become highly indebted. The credit scores will be very poor. People will be even failing to walk straight.
Yes.
They overwork, they drop debt. At the end, who's going to do the work?
Yes.
Because we are all highly indebted. Why? Don't understand money.
Yes. Okay, so there you have it. That's Mr. Jones Sambaumbe. He is a financial advisor. I say the most trusted financial advisor. You'll be part of every conversation right on 93.7 investment of money. If you are following the proceedings online, welcome aboard. It's on 93.7 Money FM, welcome aboard. Let's roll in and get the best each and every day. And of course, this relates into all these financial conversations themselves. Strong interventions that bring about what really we want. And to achieve, we need to be good, especially around investment and money. So it starts with you and then goes to the next. So what are we going to do as we are looking at financial literacy? For special life stages, so keep in mind that life has got stages. At any level you have, for that a certain degree of understanding. So we get in terms of investment and money with our resident consultant, talking about Mr. Jones Sambaunde. He is a financial advisor. And of course, we are honored, especially when we talk about strong conversations around investments themselves. I know we have a lot, and of course, it's a full packed house, especially when we talk about stages themselves, Mr. Sambaunde. Before we hit obviously around the conversation, before we take a break, Let's go again. I'm anxious for that. What is obviously what is in their house in terms of the stages today? What are we talking about? What is the first stage that you're looking
Well, I love the stage of childhood and adolescence as the first stage.
for?
We all go through childhood.
Yes.
Parents in these homes, they must take responsibility to teach children the value of money. Moses, I'm not bragging, but I mean, I appreciate my mom. She used to tag me along going to the bank when I was 5, 6 years. Okay. Whenever she was getting paid, we used to go together to Zanaco. Okay. She showed me how to fill out a withdrawal slip. She showed me how to queue up in the bank, wait patiently for the teller to call you. She showed me how money is paid by the teller.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's where I drew my interest of joining the banking sector. It comes from way back.
Yeah.
After getting paid, we go home, we sit together, and then we go through the budget. She tells me that, son, plus my other siblings, this is the money that I've gotten paid. This is my income. So now let's budget together.
Mhm.
Yeah, we itemize the expenses, okay, from the essential needs, uh, food, as well as clothing. And then we also itemize the wants. Those days were into toys and games. Okay, those things were budgeted for. That's the home I'm coming from, and I appreciate God for that knowledge I was imparted at a tender age. But now, as parents, we need to be open and transparent to our children when it comes to money issues because those children are innocent. They will grow up depending on the program that you are giving them. Okay? Buy a clear jar or a piggy bank so they can see how the funds, how the savings are growing.
Yeah.
Okay? You give a target that since December is coming for Christmas, you start saving in January. Go and throw the coins on the piggy banks as well as the jug, and you see the funds grow. This really encourage the children to save a portion, even when they get an allowance. I come from a home where I used to get an allowance for doing nothing, where they tell you that this allowance I'm giving you, it must multiply. They give you a 2 kwacha, that it's a monthly allowance. Do whatever you want to do with it, but ensure that you spend it wisely. Okay? Oh, okay. Then there is that money that we also receive as gifts. Someone gives you a gift. What do you do with that money? If they say go and buy a drink, do you really go and buy a drink, or it's something that you can set aside to save?
Wow.
Very interesting, Moses.
You hit on that. Before you hit on that.
Yeah. Thanks. I love that.
Interesting investment and money is stocks money and do not touch the dial with action. Bills paid and of course served by everything that we get the conversations themselves on investment at money as we are in conversation with Mr. Jones Sambaunde. So we are right here, and of course, you can be a part at any given time. As you check out the Money Film Facebook page, you'll like the page, and of course, be part of the conversation. Let's know that you are there, and of course, let's hear from you. as we get to hear everything from Mr. Jones Asantawumbi. Remember, he is a resident consultant for investment and money. He is a financial advisor. So we are in for it. For right at the core, talk about financial literacy for special life stages themselves. That sounds better now. It's a bit of time, especially talk about financial literacy. I interrupted you, but I know you still have it. You still held on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, the early lessons that I was given about money, I mean, really set the stage for a lifetime of financial literacy. And up and to date, I still apply those lessons. I remember one day she called us that after giving you those small allowances, we are five.
Yes.
All of you come here. Can you start accounting for how you've spent your money? Moses, I shoot that money. Then the other brothers,
Yeah.
they bought something of value. They bought others bought books, educative video games as well. I really bought some fritters. We never had freezes those days. We used to call them ice blocks.
Yes.
She really scored me. I was scolded, and she told me that when you have a chance to receive money like this, it's not everyone who receives money on a monthly basis as an allowance. I'm just imparting some financial discipline in you to teach you on how you should be spending. So from that time, it has always played in my mind that whenever I receive an income, that it also helps to really prioritize spending.
Yes.
When you have a transparent and open talk in the household, the parents, especially parents, yes. Please, I mean, we all have different financial circumstances as well as backgrounds.
Yeah.
But when it comes to money, please feel free to share what you know about money with your children. The other day, I was just in the barber shop where a 6-year-old kid was swiping after having a haircut. Wow. Yeah. He came with the mother. When it was time for payment, the mother just called the son that, hey, can we use your Visa debit card? The guy produced it and he swiped. That's why I say that this generation, Moses, it's so competitive, and and I always advise people that these things they come from somewhere.
Yes.
Ifo kwale bati ulepukuta four corner, ulepukuta pukuta. Okay.
Yes.
People, if you have something to pukuta, don't wait for the kuku. Start from somewhere. Whatever you have, you can pukuta it.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Put in zapato yao, make it clean, and then you start walking because it's what you have. Don't need to wait for a kuku.
Yes.
Okay. For you to start pukutering. Pukuta what you have. It will give you momentum to go for a kuku.
Wow. That's a nice one, huh? Of course, hopefully you got it right. That's Mr. Jones Asantawumbi, financial advisor, resident consultant for investment and money on 93.7 Money FM. So you could be part in conversation by obviously searching for Money from Zambia, go like the page, like the Facebook, and of course be part live like on 93.7 Money FM as we get to have a conversation around financial literacy for special life stages. That's one stage of your day. I know we have a couple of them before we call it a day. With that, obviously, since the best, I call it the foundation. Let's go into words to define the foundation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I always say this, a great life doesn't happen by chance.
Yeah.
It happens by design. It is up to you how you want to lead your life, on what you're making life out of whatever you've been thrown with. Having moved from the foundation where you set the foundation of childhood and adolescence, depending on the financial circumstances, because we all have unique circumstances, Moses.
Yes.
You're now thinking about the adult, young adults. Okay. Now, when you go into this stage of life, you now start thinking about school, college, university. Okay. As I'm speaking right now, Abantu Bambi, they are sponsoring themselves at the university. Others are riding on their guardians or parents' income.
Yes.
Even at the university, there are students who are business people. There are students who are working. Now, that's another special stage of life. That's why they say that if you're not careful, most of the people get spoiled at the university because there is peer pressure there. You know, after having those different circumstances, the foundation starts with a budget. That's the GPS process. Trying to link the second stage and the foundation. I'm sure you are following as well as listeners. Now, as a student, you don't need to have that mentality that I am a dependent entirely. Life sucks sometimes. That dependence, that support, sometimes it can fall off. Who knows? You must be responsible enough to list your sources of income. It could be part-time. You're a student, but you are also doing uzezela. You're hustling somewhere. You have a part-time job. You're writing scripts. You're doing graphic design. Okay? And then there's also a scholarship. That scholarship that comes with money, that's also a source of income. University or college pays you every month, as well as those who are on student loans. That's a source of income. So it could be a part-time job. It could be some allowance that comes from home.
Yes.
University, that's where responsibilities start. If they send you an allowance from home and you drink, you chew all the money. I've seen things, Moses. during my college life as well, where we used to drink the money for school fees, and then you know that okay, this money is from home, let me chew it, and then now you start hustling.
Yes.
Over the weekend, instead of starting, you go to look for part-time jobs.
Yes.
That's where some of us are coming from, where we had a business mind during the childhood. Even at the university, we used to sell things to our fellow students.
Yes.
Now, even at university, there are some expected expenses. Delete and alleviate that mentality that there are no expenses at university. You pay tuition, you buy textbooks, accommodation for those living in boarding houses. Those are expenses. You must live, rather, you must list them accordingly. And your spending must be planned accordingly. Always. Always plan your spending and ensure that you are attending financial literacy workshops or seminars at the school. I know SEC has been managing this so well, been conducting some financial literacy at various institutions of learning. Yes. But some students shun that, what are they talking about? Are they dishing something for free? In Zambia, I want to hear something for free. If it's free, then you go for it.
Yes.
But I mean, financial education, financial literacy, you need it because it will really make you gain some valuable knowledge and advice. You must always avoid unnecessary debt, I mean, yes. And at this level as well, when you are in college, you can start building your emergency fund. Start building it. The allowance that you give, that you receive every time, the income that comes from a part-time job. Set some money aside so that you start building your emergency. Financial literacy starting from somewhere and it's going somewhere. Once you develop these skills during this stage, this will really serve you well throughout your academic journey and beyond. That's the young adult stage.
Wow.
Very ambitious stage, eh?
Yeah, very ambitious. Well, very ambitious stages. Obviously, this is about that saying it. And yeah, we must, or at one point, we might have encountered this. And of course, from the foundation to that, definitely we should pick something. As you're enjoying everything right on investment at Money on 93.7 Money FM. Conversation is live on the Money FM Facebook page. All you have to do is search Money FM Zambia, do like the page and be part in conversation, sharing your comments, and we'll be more than glad to hear from you as the conversation proceeds right on investment at Money. And of course, Mr. Jones Sambawumbe is right here to at least break down the conversation about financial literacy for special life stages. Get it right, and of course, you'll never miss, and you will never ever honestly miss an inch, especially in your investments journey, in your financial journey, and in your business journey, in all activities. I always say that life in itself is a business, so we need to live in these principles to see that we are right in the lines that definitely bring the best that we're supposed to. So that is something that definitely solidifies what we all started with. What else do we need to know, especially after that stage?
Yes. So having gone through the young adults, the college or university life, Moses.
Yes.
Now, I always say that I really speak from experience, not from a textbook.
Mhm.
You now go to the world after graduating.
Yes.
You find employment or you start a business. You start thinking about your first investment now. This is another stage.
Wow.
This is where now stress creeps in.
Mhm.
It's more like you are going to the shop and asking for stress. You can't avoid it. And I always say this that this stress really is a byproduct of you thinking that life should look different from what it looks right now.
Yes.
Let me repeat this. Stress is a byproduct of you thinking that life should look different from the way you think it looks right now.
Yeah.
Because you want to beat reality. You're focusing so much on the things that you can't control.
Yes.
All of a sudden, it's hot. You start complaining about the heat wave. It's too hot. Then it rains. This rains too much.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
Surely, you can't control weather.
Mhm.
Just leave it. Just give you unnecessary stress.
Mhm.
So now, when you think of your first investment at this stage,
Yes.
you must set clear and achievable financial goals. Is it buying a home? Is it starting a business? Is it planning for a vacation?
Mhm.
Now, whatever goal you come up with, let me give you an example. If you wish to buy a home, okay, because you're working, you're entitled to a home. It's your own choice. You are the one controlling your money. No one must control your money. So that when you are bent alone.
Mhm.
You save some money somewhere, okay, for a down payment in case you find a house. For instance, you save 20% of your income,
Mhm.
okay, for your investment you wish to start.
Yes.
If it is a mortgage, understand the different mortgage options. Am I going for an outright purchase or am I going for an equity release?
Yes.
If you come from a background where you got a lot of property, maybe your father left you, or your father or mother left you some property, you may consider an equity release, mortgaging that property so that you get the funds. It's entirely up to you. Now, as you are shopping, you must really ensure that you go for the best interest in the market and terms.
Yes.
Yeah, don't rush. You must also be cautious about buying more than you can afford. Affordability is the term.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you, what you're doing, can you afford? There's a difference between managing something and affording it.
Yes.
Affording it means that you can really sustain what you are going for. Okay. And then the example I've given of a mortgage, take into account, consider the maintenance costs of a property.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't neglect them. Consider proper tax. People get into mortgages, they forget about home insurance. When it passes through the account, cash home insurance.
Yeah.
You start paying more than you budgeted for.
Yeah.
It's very important that you really understand, do a bit of research about the venture you're going into. Like that, it really saves some time and you really alleviate and avoid the fear of being robbed of your potential.
Yeah.
Potential is robbed because of fear.
Mhm.
Yes, that's your first investment stage. Sit down, relax, and go through like different investment options. It is your life.
Yeah.
Nga ulefu para penye toka mkushtakala ndipuruza kuru. Okay?
Yes.
Because you can afford. But if you can't afford, don't copy of what your friend is doing.
Mhm.
Now can't put up fence your time will come when you're going to buy a cuckoo.
Wow. Interesting. So your time will come when you're going to buy a cuckoo. I don't know what that means, honestly. It's a huge interest, and of course, that's some inspiration. And you're getting it right now, right on investment money with Mr. Johnson. Yeah. Pen and paper. So don't forget to jot them down one by one. And of course, they just hold on each and every day as the conversations themselves proceed right on 93.7. So the Facebook page for Money FM Zambia, it is Money FM Zambia. Do like the page, and of course, you enjoy the greatest, especially where investment of money is concerned. And of course, on 93.7 Money FM, you will never honestly run short of the information because you get it right on investment and money. As I'm in conversation with Mr. Jones, Sambawinde. The rush indeed is all calling in. So, Mr. Jones, what do we have especially when we talk about the stages themselves? By the way, it is financial literacy for special life stages. Once you hear this, you realize that definitely life has got stages. Mr. Sambawumbe, what do we
Wow, stages.
Mhm.
One of the renowned psychologists once said that the meaning of life is the meaning you give it. That's
Yeah.
it. Case closed. That's Sadhguru. You can't avoid the parenthood stage, Moses.
Wow.
Welcoming a new family member. Okay? You really need to plan for this. This is a stage we were under parenthood. In one way or other, we all encounter this. Okay? The people that we keep, relatives, as well as the other family members. Now there is a special stage, especially when you are receiving a new family member, a newly born baby. Mhm. I think nowadays not cheap, but no, they want to do the such plan. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now people do plan. So when you receive a new family member, you must anticipate some health care costs. Not for free. Even during the pregnancy stage, as well as the childbirth, there are costs. You must ensure that you review your health insurance to understand coverage. What does this insurance cover? And then you create a baby budget because you're expecting a baby. Okay? If people are able to plan for the funerals, able to budget for funerals through insurance, what can stop you from budgeting for a baby? Come up with a baby budget. Expenses like diapers, milk, formula, baby clothes, as well as child care. It's not for free. Those things come with costs.
Yes.
We do receive phone calls from people, oh, there's a newborn baby, run out of milk here and there. Yes, it is normal. Sometimes you budget, then inflation is also going this side.
Yes.
You are short. But I mean, it is something, if put under control, well, we can't be troubling people with things like, it's your own baby, and then you are calling someone for baby clothes. who brought that person on earth? It's you. You must be responsible enough to ensure that you provide what you're supposed to provide. If you're not saving, you're expecting a baby, you must start saving now because child health care costs are coming. Be consistent with contributions over time. Set an automated transfer to your account. You can even name it baby care. That will really help you to reduce the burden of education for a child. After the child is born, you also expect education. Insurance policies. Shop around to protect your family in case of unforeseen events.
Wow.
It's at this stage where I also need to start drafting a will, Moses. We would talk about a will trust to ensure that the child's future is secure in case you drop dead. Where there is a will, there is always a relative, and an administrator waiting. So that's the parenthood stage, Moses.
Wow. Interesting. I wish we can go on and on, Mr. Salomon, but we won't go just like that. Let's give the summary, honestly, of what we have on today, especially when we talk about financial literacy or special life stages. This covers in 4 areas, especially the scope of life itself. What do we have in summary as we obviously about to say over lives?
Good. So in summary, I'll quickly rush to the 2 stages, summary level, and then I can do a recap of everything in a nutshell. Then, your current financial situation is based on your behavior.
Wow.
When you move from parenthood, Moses, you go to the golden years, where you're now enjoying life. Your business is running smoothly. You are enjoying working. You are getting paycheck. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes you feel nice. But don't forget that retirement is coming. This is I named it golden years stage. Okay. Because you feel like you are thriving. But as you are thriving, you must know that retirement will be approaching. At this stage, you must ensure that you do your care of planning. Come up with a pension fund like NAPSA. I hope you haven't chewed your 20%.
Yeah.
So ensure that you also diversify your investments under this stage because retirement is coming. Consider reviewing and shifting your investments according to your goals.
Yeah.
Be less aggressive when it comes to investments. But again, depending on the situation, you can be aggressive, but you must be more focused on your income generation because you're going into retirement.
Wow.
Okay. Make sure that you are also controlling your own income. Then the last stage, Moses, elderly years. You and I at some point, Moses, will be or in senior citizens. Yes, we can't overlook this. So elderly years are also coming. Bring unique financial challenges and considerations when you are in this stage. Continue monitoring your health. Health becomes a priority at this stage, Moses.
Yeah.
Ensure that you have health insurance as well as medical coverage. Keep reviewing your estate plan. Okay, your trusts as well as your wills. If you are unable to manage finances at this stage because of your age, ensure that you engage a trusted family member by delegating. Okay, and then like that, I mean, it also helps you to really maintain a budget that aligns with your financial goals. You can do these things through the help of a financial advisor or a lawyer. Yes. So number 1, childhood and adolescence. Number 2, young adult. That's your college life, your university life. Number 3, your first investment. Yes, always invest. Then the parenthood. You see, you go through those things in the brain, but take responsibility. The 5th stage is the golden years. You're enjoying life, but as you are enjoying life, just know that one day you're going to retire. What are you doing about your retirement? Then the older years, you are going to age at some point. You must ensure that as you are aging, you've got enough investment as well as insurance coverage.
Well, we end there. And of course, Mr. Sambonga could say many thanks for making time to be part of the conversation as always.
Thank you very much. Remember, there are people who are following whatever you do. Please be kind enough and ensure that you retire debt-free. Thanks.
Wow, retire debt-free. There you have it. You get it right on investment and money. Today's conversation was around financial literacy for special life stages. With me was Mr. Jones Sambaumbe. He is, of course, resident consultant for investment and money. He is the financial advisor. I say the most trusted financial advisor. So you can and do you say that it is what it is? Of course, always be part of the conversation. Right on 93.7 investment and money on each and every time. People up to money and do not touch that down.